Hey everyone, how you doing today? My name's Kirsty, aka Beth Bookish, and on today's video we're going to be rolling for round 2 of the Heroes Adventure TBR. If you don't know what the Heroes Adventure TBR is, please go check out the video that I posted a few weeks ago, which is the very first video, introduces the game, takes you on a tour of the board, and does my rolls for the first round in January. Very quick sort of recap with the game. I have 4 sort of pathways that my adventurer can choose to go through, and at the end of each is a little token that either has a dead end or is the winning token. If I hit a dead end, I've got to do a punishment read, and then if I hit the winning token, I get an extra reward for completing the game. And all of the prompts and everything are linked to my readathon, the Adventurathon. But it's also a game that even if you've never taken part in the readathon and have no intention in taking part in the readathon, it's still a game that you can follow, enjoy, and even play along with if you wish. I have 6 rolls every month. For every 3 books that I complete, I can choose to remove a roll, and for every... I can't even remember my own rules. Every 3 books that I read, I gain a life, basically, and I can choose to use these lives in different ways, which I've explained in the game. Yeah, spoiler alert, I didn't manage that this month, which is really annoying because I'm also taking part in the Roll of Reads readathon. The TBR for that should already be up. This is run by Mel from A Book Fiend named Mel. It's her birthday month in March, and so I was like, I really want to do this readathon. I love her prompts. And I thought to make it more fun, I would roll the D20 instead of the D8 that she suggests to determine how many books. And my base number was 16. So I already had a 16 minimum book this TBR this month. And then extra books got added on because of punishments. So I ended up with a 20 book TBR. Which means I really, really, really wanted to not have to have 6 rolls for this one. Unfortunately, that has not happened. So let's break down January. So I didn't do the audiobook with travel element, which was Crescent City book 3, because I'm not even sure if I'm gonna, I don't know, I started it, I'm an hour in, and I'm not sure if I want to continue. Then was First Blade, which I can't remember the prompt for that one. Oh, indie self-published, and I DNF. Then was The Bride of Death, which was the prompt where I had my tarot pick, and again I DNF'd that one. Then it was, I can't remember any of these bloody books. For hardback, which was the blacksmith prompt, I can't even get onto the chair. I picked The City of Stardust by Georgia Somers. I have started it, but I'm probably not going to get it finished in time for the end of the month, so I'm going to count that I'm going to count that as I haven't even started it. And then the 2 that I completed were Spy Family for the school setting manga prompt, and Psalm for the Wild Built, which was queer non-contemporary. So because of those 2, I not only matched the prompt, but I also matched the genre or the category that I've put them in. So they both got bonuses, so that's 4 steps forward on the board. And then because I'm not penalising myself for DNFs, what I have said is even if I match the category, I don't get any bonus steps, but I am allowed to still take the steps forward for at least starting the books and getting a bit through them. So that's another 2, so that's 6 steps that I can go forward. But because there were 2 that I didn't start at all, or just haven't made any kind of progress and haven't formally DNF'd, that's 2 steps back, which means in total I will be allowed to advance 4 steps on the board as a little extra bonus. But yeah, that's the summary. So I didn't win any extra lives, and so I don't have any lives at the moment that I can use to subtract, which is going to be interesting to see if I can get books that match the books I've already picked out for Roll of Reads. But let's go to the board and find out what rolls we end up with. and just pray for my sanity.
Okay, so going from last month, we have 4 steps forward to begin. Wonderful. I have to roll 6 rolls because I only completed 2 out of the 6 books in total. So yeah, let's just pray. So roll number 1. 5. Blank. And we have revenge. Revenge, revenge, revenge is gonna be mine. If you can name the fandom that comes from, I will love you for all eternity and you are my new bestie. Roll number 2. I think we might complete this path. It's way too soon. We have poetry. Roll number 3. 6. Yay, we complete. So let's find out, are we at a dead end and have to take a punishment, or have we won the game? Dead end, no! So we've hit a dead end. And I've got to read a book. And I've got to read a book that I've been putting off. Back to the middle, roll to see which route we're going next. We've already done run before. Number 1. So we are going this way. Roll number 4 is a 3, which is another blank. We have set during a war. Roll number 5. Ooh, 4. Ooh, our first item card. So I have to pick from this jar, and whatever it says is what I've got to pull from the cover. Oh, I forgot to sort these out. I'm just going to keep pulling until I find something that's on the cover. Nope. I think I might have taken these out. Okay, I'm going to take this one. Death. So we're going to go with like either a skull or a Grim Reaper or a Reaper or anything like that on the cover. And then I need to go through this jar because I think I replaced stuff a few months ago and forgot to put it back. And then our final roll for this round, we have a 2. 1, 2, which is one of our item and location cards. We have forests. I forgot about my free swap, so I'd already packed everything away. So we are going to redraw for poetry because I already know. For roll of reads, I don't have any poetry in there, so. And we have transgender or non-binary rep, and obviously that is a queer read if I can. So those are the 6 books. Let's go pick some books.
Okay, thankfully I have managed, apart from one, every single one of these books is on my roll of reads TBR, so you can imagine, very happy Kirsty, very relieved Kirsty. So, first read, we had Revenge Plot, and if I could get an audio then even better. And I have, for this, would have forgot the book's ready to show you, wouldn't it? I can't say why it's a revenge plot because it's a bit spoilery, but this is a reread for me. But we have Spellslingers by Sebastian de Castell, and I do have this on Audible as well. So I will be reading this, rereading this and highlighting it. And this has a couple of revenge things in it. One is linked to our hilarious squirrel cat Rykus, who is one of my favourite characters ever. And yeah, he wants revenge because his family was murdered and slaughtered. So that's why he kind of ends up teaming with Kellen. I was so close. So that's kind of one of his motivations for teaming up with Kellen, is to get revenge and use Kellen as the kind of person to do that and sort of help him. So there are a couple of revenge things in here, and yeah, it's going to be good. This is a second chance series for me because I DNF'd the series after I read the second book. But now that I've read more of Sebastian de Castell's work and realised how much I really like his writing, I'm hoping I might enjoy it a bit more this time round. Then it was poetry, but I redrew and I swapped that out and got trans non-binary rep for, and if I could get queer rep as well, which I don't really know why I thought to put those two together, because if I'm reading a book with trans rep or non-binary rep, it's already queer, so why did it need the double bonus of the queer rep when my brain wasn't braining when I made those prompts, just saying. But I am going with Queer Power, a little graphic novel that talks about the icons, activists and game changers from across the rainbow, so there will be both queer and non-binary rep within this. Number 3 was my dead end. So we reached the end of that pathway, hit a dead end, which meant I had to do kind of like a challenge prompt. I called it a punishment when I was rolling, but I meant it's a challenge prompt. And that was to read a book that I have been putting off. And I've chosen one that is also one that Mel is running a read-along for, and that is the David Bad trilogy, and that is City of Brass. I've had this for quite some time on my Audible. I think I've had it for about 3 or 4 years. This one does sound so good, and loads of people say how incredible this series is. So it's time I finally got to it. So that one is on that. Then we have a book set during a war. Now, because I did not want to have to, because I was looking through all of these books and the synopses and I was getting really stressed. And then I found one and I was like, do you know what? Even though the book itself isn't taking place within the war, it features a character who, one of the main characters in this book is escaping conflict. So I'm going with The Bookshop and the Barbarian by Morgan Stang, because it says running from strife in her homeland. So I'm like, I'm just going to assume that strife might be a war. I don't know, but I really do not want to have to pick another book, considering, as I said, because of this, like, I'm now at 21 books. I do not need a 22nd book. Death on the Cover was the one that I was going absolutely mental, because if that had come up last month, I had 2 or 3 books that I could have used. But coming up this month, even though I already had 20 books, 19 books, did any of them have death? The only one that I had any hope for was Sugar and Sliced, because that is a cozy murder mystery, but it doesn't say it on the cover. It just says a cozy mystery. I was like, you couldn't have said murder mystery just so that I could have gone murder, death, yes. So I have had to pick an extra book for this one, and I'm so mad. So I typed death into my Kindle because I was like, if anyone's going to have done a short book, it'll be one of the books that I've picked up from Stuff Your Kindle. So I typed death into Kindle, searched, and it came up with 4 books. The first 2 were both over 300 pages, and I was like, absolutely not. But the one that I've chosen is only 204, and that is Marked by Death by K.A. I'm not sure, but by this author, I'm going to say Cage Harper, and it's only 200 pages, and I think it's a male warlock necromancer romance, I think. Something to do with that kind of element. So I'm kind of hopeful for that one, but I was kind of crying that I had to add an extra book. And then finally, for forests, again, I was kind of panicking, and then I remembered that one of the books that I've picked for Roll of Reads is an audiobook, which is Blue Lily, Lily Blue, book 3 in the Raven cycle, and the book literally revolves around a magical forest, and trying to find this being within that forest. So they're definitely Cabe's Water, I think it's called. I get Cabe's Water and Grey. I keep trying to say Greyfriars because when I lived in Canterbury, we had a place called Greyfriars, and then I think Greymane because I used to play World of Warcraft all the time and gain Greymane. So I keep forgetting Glendower. So yeah, Caves Water and Glendower. I keep getting the two confused. But yeah, the forest plays a pivotal part of this entire plot and story and motivators for the characters. So thank God for that. So yeah, that is my TBR for the next round of Adventurer's Path, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, there are so many books. Please do go check out my TBR as well for Roll of Reads if you want to see me have a bit of a meltdown towards the end of the rolls when I realise just how extensive my reading is going to be next month. Fingers crossed it goes a little bit better than this month, because in February I have been really struggling. Manga, I have smashed it. I've read about 11 or 12 manga this month, so I've been smashing it on that front. But my reading, there's been multiple DNFs, and the books that I have finished have been rated quite low. So yeah, I'm really hoping that physical reading goes a little bit better for me next month, but we shall see. Let me know in the comments what you're getting up to reading next month. And in the meantime, don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more content from me. And I hope you're all good. I hope you're staying safe. And until next time.